Hello, my friends. El Furtado, the Rebel Turner, and I am back. And it is a chilly morning this morning in Florida, and they say sunny Florida. All right, it is sunny outside, but it's cold. Today, I'm gonna do something functional and a little bit different than my norm. How so? Well, I think I'm going to be using a couple of canisters out of that old sleeper or pallet wood, per se. This goes across a big bed truck and they will lay iron or something like that so they can go to the forks in between and pick up the load. Well, I saw the grain on this at work. And it's like, no way is this going to the dumpster. So I picked up a couple of lengths that I got through here. I've only cut one up. And it has shown some really nice, interesting pieces to it. I got it cut up around 6-7 inches long. It really is not that crucial about the lengths. And I got a few of these. And my idea is I'm going to make a toothbrush cup holder, a Q-tip holder, and maybe a canister for cotton balls for the bathroom. And also on this turning, because it's going to be cylinder turning, so it's going to be fairly easy to give it a finish. I am going to focus a little bit on applying a finish with just sanding of 2 grits, 80 grit, steel wool, and then apply my usual 2 finishes to it, which will be the Yorkshire grit and the OB shine juice. And I will show you how you can achieve this look with minimal effort. Isn't that what it's all about? Is making it easy, making it look good, and still easy. So let's get started. This will be back at some other time and we'll make something really nice. So this, I'm going to end up with a lot of waste on this with this size, because the cup and the Q-tip holder will roughly be about 4 inches long. And maybe the cotton ball will be a little bit smaller, so I will see. My 3/4 inch Harbor Freight roughing gouge shaped like a bowl gouge. Fingernail grinder. put that on the in the chuck. And that way I can utilize the whole piece. And, whoops. So that was 80 grit, and now this is fine steel wool. Plenty of pressure when you're doing this, if it's safe to do so. And I run this in both directions. So that feels pretty good. It looks good. So, time to apply the Yorkshire grit and the No B Shine Juice finish on the outside of this. Doing this a little bit prematurely. But while I got it as a one piece, I saw the finish is uniform through both of them. There will be no variation between one and the other. This is two pieces at once. RPM. I usually do not run my lathe that fast because I usually don't do a lot of spindle stuff like this. Obi-Shan juice. And on this particular one, the mix that I got is, instead of the boiled linseed oil, I used tung oil instead of boiled linseed oil. And you know that this is 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. 1/3 boiled linseed oil, 1/3 shellac, 1/3 denatured alcohol. It's an easy, economical finish and it lasts a long time. Once you burnish this in, it gives you a nice long lasting finish. So time to go in here, part this out, and I'll hollow this one first, and then I'll bring this one back on the lathe and finish the inside. So this will be one piece, and that will be the other. And the lines match up pretty good, actually. I'm going to refine this line a little bit. And burn it. And there it is. Beautiful finish. Sanding with just 80 grit, steel wool, and the application of the Yorkshire grit. Now, this is not to say that you should never be using all the alternative grits. Because if I can achieve this look with just these two grits, which is fine, it looks beautiful the way it is, I am sure that you can achieve much better with going through all the steps. But the question is, will you really see that much of a difference? Will the piece be valued that much more? So, will it look that much better? Those are all the questions that you should ask yourself when you're doing a finish. If your piece is going to be graded strictly by the finish and not the design or not the character of the wood, then this might not pass the ultimate test. Always find a way to mount it back up. Don't be so set that you have to have vacuum chucks or you gotta have something special for what you're working with. I have yet to be stuck with any particular way with any of my turnings because I can't finish it because I don't have the proper setup. There's always a way to mount it without additional equipment. If you have the additional equipment, use it. Not telling you that you don't, you shouldn't have it. I'm just saying you don't need it. I mean, some people insist that they have to have every tool available to them. And more power to them. Not me. I gotta have what works. That's it. Now, the inside, where the jaws burnished it, it complements the outside as well. So you have a burn area in here on the rim, and you got a nice little canister. Now the next one will be a mirror image of this, and I'll show you when both of them are done. Well, so much for the ending of this turning. I had some company, and they came in and I gave them a live demonstration over here, just finishing up the last piece that I had up. So I didn't do anything special to it other than flip it over, show them what I did, how to cut to the bottom, so on and so forth. But I brought the pieces inside and I don't have them here to show you. So watch the end and there'll be plenty of shots going across showing those two pieces that became pretty much identical, and the shine was consistent from one to the other. So that was the whole thing of this fast turning. And unlike Al to do such a piece two of the same. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button to be notified of upcoming videos. We'll see you next one. Take care.